They didn't destroy my family in one day. That would have been too merciful. They destroyed us slowly, patiently, with smiles on their faces and knives hidden behind polite words. I remember the first crack, though I didn't know it was a crack back then. I thought it was just bad luck, a missed opportunity, a misunderstanding. That's how destruction always begins, quietly so you don't run. My father used to stand straight, shoulders squared, voice calm even when things were hard. He believed in fairness the way some people believe in God. He trusted contracts, handshakes, and promises made over tea. He trusted people who spoke well and dressed better. That trust cost him everything. One deal went wrong, not because of chance, but because someone planned it that way. A partner who smiled while stealing, a friend who watched silently, a system that protects the powerful and crushes the honest. When the business collapsed, it didn't collapse alone. It dragged our name with it. Overnight, people who used to greet us warmly began crossing the street. Phones stopped ringing. Invitations disappeared. I learned early that society doesn't abandon you when you fail, it abandons you when you become inconvenient. My mother tried to keep things normal. She still cooked the same meals, still asked about school, still smiled in front of relatives. But smiles can crack too. I heard her crying late at night when she thought everyone was asleep. My younger siblings stopped asking for things. That silence was louder than any scream. Childhood ended for all of us at once. Then came the accusations. Not whispers, statements. Not doubts, certainties. They said my father was greedy, that he cheated, that he deserved what happened. Lies travel faster than truth because truth needs proof. And lies only need confidence. The same people who benefited from our fall were the loudest voices judging us. My father aged 10 years in one, his back bent not from work but from shame. I watched a strong man learn how to avoid eye contact. I watched dignity bleed out slowly. And I learned something dangerous in those years. Pain teaches lessons no school ever will. Anger lived inside me, but it didn't scream. It waited. I understood early that rage without direction is suicide. If I wanted revenge, real revenge, it couldn't be loud. It couldn't be fast. It had to be intelligent. I promised myself something that night, when the lights were cut off and the house went silent. I didn't promise violence. I didn't promise blood. I promised balance. If they destroyed my family by climbing over us, I would destroy theirs by removing the ground beneath their feet. I disappeared in plain sight. While they celebrated, I studied. While they spent, I saved. While they slept peacefully, I learned how the world actually works, how money moves, how reputations are built and broken, how power hides behind respectability. I learned that the same system that crushed us could be turned against them if you were patient enough. Years passed. My family survived, but survival is not living. We existed in the shadows of our former lives, and yet every hardship sharpened me. I learned restraint. I learned silence. I learned that the most dangerous person in the room is the one nobody notices. The people who destroyed us built empires on lies. And lies have one weakness. They need constant maintenance. All I had to do was stop maintaining them. I didn't attack directly. That's what amateurs do. I let them talk. I let them boast. I let them get comfortable. Comfort makes people careless. Carelessness leaves evidence. One by one, I began pulling threads. A document here. A recorded conversation there. A quiet question asked to the right person. I didn't accuse. I let others discover. Humans trust their own conclusions more than any accusation. The first fall wasn't public. It was private. A partnership ended. A deal failed. They blamed the market. I smiled. Then came the second, an audit. Then the third, a lawsuit they couldn't quietly settle. Their confidence started cracking the same way my family's had years ago. I watched them panic the way we once did. I watched them deny. I watched them say, "This is just temporary," the same words we used. The symmetry was almost poetic. Their families didn't understand at first. Children are always the last to know. Spouses defended them fiercely, the way my mother once defended my father. I felt no joy watching that. Revenge doesn't erase empathy. It tests it. But I didn't stop. Because they didn't stop when we begged. Reputations began to collapse. Invitations stopped. Phones went silent. Old friends vanished. The same social illness spread to them. The one that pretends morality but worships success. Watching society turn its back on them was like watching a mirror replay my past. One of them tried to confront me. He didn't recognize me at first. That was the best moment of all. I saw confusion in his eyes when he finally understood who I was. Fear followed recognition. Fear is honest. Fear doesn't lie. I didn't threaten him. I didn't raise my voice. I simply told him the truth, that the life he built was standing on borrowed time, and the debt was due. Their families weren't destroyed by fire or force. They were destroyed by truth, by exposure, by consequences delayed but inevitable. Children moved schools. Houses were sold. Names that once opened doors now closed them. And yet something unexpected happened. As I watched their downfall, I felt lighter but not satisfied. Revenge gives relief, not peace. I realized something terrifying. I had become fluent in destruction. And fluency can turn into addiction if you're not careful. My family began to heal when I stopped looking backward. My father never regained what he lost, but he regained something else, his self-respect. He saw me not as a broken child, but as a strong adult. That mattered more than money ever could. I didn't destroy their families because I hated them. I destroyed the illusion that protected them. I removed the mask. What remained collapsed on its own. Today, people ask how I survived, how I rose. I tell them the truth, though they rarely understand it. I didn't win because I was cruel. I won because I was patient. The world doesn't need more violence. It needs memory. It needs consequences that arrive late but stay forever. They destroyed my family. I didn't destroy theirs. I simply let the truth finish what they started.